Good afternoon, my fellow Ambazonians. Good afternoon to all Ambazonians across the continent of North America. Good evening to Ambazonians across the continent of Europe. And good evening to Ambazonians across the territory. My fellow Ambazonians, una welcome, una come fine. All money place day. I be una brother Asu, una the press secretary for the Executive Office for Governing Council of Ambazonia. Today, I get great news. I get the best news for deliver for the Ambazonian people them, and for deliver for friends of the Ambazonian people them. I be the executive press secretary. I be the executive press secretary for the governing for the office for the leader for a war of independence, Dr. Ebacho. So today, plenty things that they will get for the talk about. Today, I'm going to bring you the news directly from inside La République du Cameroun, how the Catholic Church, it don't indict La République du Cameroun. It don't label La République du Cameroun as a country will be governed by scammers. We go also take when I enter for which the pan-Cameroon politicians, how they don't they come to their own senses and they agree on which we don't talk about for the last 2 years, the education and the truth we talk about the two Cameroons. All right. Then we'll go enter for inside Ambazonia. We'll go take when I enter inside the war, the strategy with the Ambazonian forces that they use them for scatter, or what we would call and say the scatterization of La République du Cameroun, for chakala La République du Cameroun into pieces. Today a very exciting show. So may all man come fine. I'm going to bring one of the videos. I go also bring one of the video for the ADF action where they carry out for Bui yesterday. The War Council don't release one of the videos them. So I could also play one of that video for the action with the Ambazonia Defense Forces for the Bui Brigade for Bui. They carry them out. So all man the place they find. When I come fine, when I come well. All right. When I sabi say they were people them for Facebook, people for Facebook don't the blog we. So we not go live for Facebook. So YouTube, now the place where we would do most of our live broadcast. As we talk, the people for ACN, for Ambazonia Communication Network, they also the broadcast this story, this story, so they broadcast them live for ACN Network. So people then where they not there for YouTube, when I catch them up for ACN, a lot of things that they will get for the talk about today. Today could be a very fine outing for all man. So all man the place there. When I welcome, when I come fine. I know say when I wait, wait to go to talk about today. A lot of things they did for which we don't promise them, organize them for all when today. As always, I know say when I see me for outside, when we day outside for can't talk for people then. When I know so be people they always bring good news. Make we start. I want to remind all man, say this platform now a leadership platform where we not there for you now for do propaganda. We're not there for here now for do praise people then. Will be our goal now for educate the Ambazonian people. Our goal now for inspire the Ambazonian people. Our goal now for unite the Ambazonian people then. Our goal now for empower the Ambazonian people then. So now I work that as the press secretary for the executive office where they speak on behalf of the leader. My job also now for speak on behalf of all the forces then for Ground Zero. All right. Now for mobilize for the forces, now for make sure say we speak on behalf of our forces, all the forces across the territory, and for our people then for Ground Zero. All right. So we do now both educate, empower, inspire, and then encourage our people then for provide hope. At the same time, we speak on behalf of the voiceless people from Ambazonia where they are under occupation, and speak on behalf of our defense forces then where they fight for liberate the land. So all money place there, when I come well, when I come fine, make I take the time, I honor all our people then, whether they watch from Facebook and they watch for the ACN Facebook page. I salute you now. I know say when they miss me for Facebook. All right. And then we'll start for honor first. We want honor our people then for Ground Zero, where they be take yesterday, where be a country Sunday for honor the Independent Day goes down, and want also thank all our people them for say for the big the Ambazonian National Day of Resistance, where they declare for May 20th. The state of our revolution. Now with this story today, all it go be about now usa war of Independence Day. Usa war Liberation Day. The discussion today, now for answer the question, usa the Ambazonia War of Liberation. Now which stage it is? Now how good things will be, how exciting things will be. What did it happen? PS, tell me what did it happen? When I calm down, before I want to when I enter for inside the what did it happen for inside Ambazonia, we'll go start first with what did it happen for the colonial state. The big Bishop Nki, for the big bishop for Bamenda. Now that they don't invite you for Boya, the Catholic bishop, the big one, when I be the big bishop for that side. Now that they don't invite you for that side for Boya, where the colonial parliamentarian, where they for the we represent the state of Boya, Madame Emilia, where they talk, he bite the dust, another one bite the dust. Yes, as they call them for pigeon for Ambazonia, they say he kick the bucket. Now we don't come out, he go for that side for Boya, for thy house. This one are for thy house, oh. Now we man of God, man of God. We don't always call all the man of God people them. We say as they be people them for God, they be people them for church. They are going for speak the truth to the people. They are going for stand for justice. They are going for stand for for uprightness. Their goal now for stand for the truth. That's what we don't tell the church people then. So finally, the big bishop, they don't invite you for thy house, for the colonial parliamentarian in thy house. Now when bishop go, the bishop talks in a mob no go, she don't quiet. Bishop talks say, a mob no go, she don't quiet. I beg, una take una eye first, una ear. When I take una eye, una see him, and when I take una mob, una ear, we take come up for bishop mob before we bring una the conversation.
Politicians who spend their lives and their time out of their constituencies, working for themselves, amassing wealth for themselves, and not caring for their people, are equivalent to internet scammers. The only difference being that while internet scammers steal people's money through the computers, these unscrupulous politicians steal people's money through their constituencies. Whatever method they use, they are scammers all the same. Politicians who spend their lives and their time out of their constituencies, working for themselves, amassing wealth for themselves, and not caring for their people, are equivalent to internet scammers. The only difference being that while internet scammers steal people's money through the computers, these unscrupulous politicians steal people's money through their constituencies. Whatever method they use, they are scammers all the same, all the same.
The big man of God, we want Kochu Cafe for this kind level for talk, where you don't talk. Because we know say in the past, you don't also play small politics. Now, even for thy house, you don't hold those scammers, those traitors, those enablers, those collaborators of genocide. You don't hold them accountable for public. Now the role of the church that, now the role of the civil society that, whether you be malam for imam or malam for mosque as an imam, whether you be man of God for the born again church, that one the one when the holla from morning till night, when the holla whoa whoa whoa. Now when I job that, when I job now for whole the government, now for whole politicians, now for hold them accountable for the society. So Bishop, we caught you cafe. We say thank you for this kind of talk where you don't put on our side. Because now the thing this will make you a bishop. We call all the other civil society then. All civil society. Una hold poor beer and the government. Una hold their police. Una hold their army. Una hold their gendarme. Una hold their mayors. Una hold them accountable for their crimes of genocide, for their human rights abuses, for their thief. As una classify them, they be scammers. Now the first talk that will come up for inside the colonial state, but it don't end for there. Some other politician too, when a pan Cameroun politician, he too don't come out. He talk say he don't overshe not quiet. He don't overshe not quiet for this matter. Things enough he go so and he continue for so she don't quiet. Now we talk say he mop to he no go she don't quiet. Now when they invite you also for television, they say, Madam, you talk say you want worker make things fine for this country. This matter where it happen between Cameroun and Ambazonia, so you see him or you need to see him. And if you see him, now wait till be your own solution where you get them for this kind matter. Now so they ask Madam. Now when Madam say, well, me too I get something for Toko. I know feel so she don't quiet for this kind matter where it happen. So a lot they will get for the talk about today. But before we go for the, and I also get a lot of videos there where I get for show now, including the big video where come out where the ADF War Council, they don't reveal them, they don't release them. They say make they put them for outside for the Ambazonian people them. Make Ambazonia they get a small sweetheart because Ambazonia they say ADF, when I can't give a video for action, when I can't show a video for action. So make I play that video for this other madam. Where you don't come out, you add him up for this politics for inside La Republic, and when I hear the kind talk to where you don't call Pobia and they call all the other one them. What's that this thing I just put them for all when I hear today. Say make a bring them for all when I hear. Back when I just give me a moment here. All right, 90s. When I hear.
When you say there is a problem with the celebration of the National Day, we're talking about 20th of May, and you think that crises should serve as opportunities to fix things that are not working. What went wrong? Because I'm sure the intention for abolishing the federal system, engaging the system, the unitary system that we have, that was in 1972, was to get a better united nation. What went wrong?
What went wrong, I think you have used the exact word, the intention. Whose intention was it?
Okay.
Did Cameroonians intend to abolish the federal state? Cameroonians never intended to abolish.
When I sabi say na last week, we can make analysis for here and explain for all the people then. Say this thing where they call and say reunification day for 20th May, as bishop, the bishop don't call him Bishop Nkia, don't call him. Now it's scam. Now one of their top Cameroon politician that Madame Edith Kahwala, now in that he too don't join him up for the talk the same thing we ask
the federal state. It's very important to use the exact word, the intention. Whose intention was it?
Okay.
Did Cameroonians intend to abolish the federal state? Cameroonians never intended to abolish the federal state. It's very important to have historical context.
Okay.
We are talking about the independence of the French-speaking part of Cameroon in 1960 and the English-speaking part in 1961. The first place where things start to go horribly awry is in 1962.
Okay.
Ahidjo puts out an ordinance, the ordinance of 1962, which creates subversion. Before that time, both in the French-speaking part and in the English-speaking part, we were a multi-party states. We were multi-party states. There was a lot of intense political activity. Now we go to 1962. The first thing he does is create an ordinance against subversion. Basically, that ordinance says that if you have any opinion contrary to that of the state, any action contrary to that of the state, you can be accused of subversion and loss of liberty. Okay? What people did not realize with Ahidjo was that he was preparing the grounds for
1966.
For 1966, exactly. So 1962, and don't forget in the French-speaking side, we had a very active UPC, grassroots UPC, that was a real problem for Ahidjo. So by creating this ordinance on subversion, his intention was to authoritarianism. I see the act of that ordinance as the act that really installed authoritarianism in Cameroon. And he was preparing for 1966. And I would say to Cameroonians that we today, we are behaving exactly as our forefathers did. We see things happening. We see them happening. We have a clear intellectual understanding of what is happening, and we are not reacting. We are not saying stop this. We are not turning the tide. So,
una di year, not be all una di year, not be all una di year. We don't talk. Even this Edith Kawalabi, she don't quiet. That's why it be important. Say a people, they must get people then where they stand on the truth. No matter how inconvenient that truth be. That's why it be important. A people, they get people that they stand on principles and character. no matter how inconvenient it be at the time. Even Edith Kawala, the person who want to run for presidency of La République du Cameroun, because of this consistency of what truth, because of the consistency of the education they give the Ambazonia people them, because of how educated the Ambazonian people they don't become of their own history, of who they be, of their own identity. That education, that empowerment, that leadership, that inspiration, it don't make them, even the pan-Cameroon politicians, they don't get any choice than for start for talk the same truth. Now the importance of leadership that, as we don't consistently advocate for, stand for what to be right, even when it be inconvenient. Stand for what to be honest, even when it be inconvenient. Stand for what to be truthful, even when it be inconvenient. Your consistency, it will shape everything into that principle. Even Edith Kawala, today, it can't talk what you don't talk since 2017. Because once you move the population for an educated, objective mindset, where the population become they get critical thinking, no person will manipulate them. Now, a very important achievement this for the Ambazonian people then. Very important. No person, if he manipulate an intelligent, smart, objective people, they get a critical faculty. No person will manipulate them. No politician, no Oyibo people them, no neo-colonialism, nothing. And that's why if you move a society forward, by first you change the way the people they think, and then you change what they expect of themselves and who they be in terms of their self-worthiness. When I finish, for year with the talk.
1966 came the one-party state. So by the time we were getting to 1972, we were in a one-party state with the idea of subversion. We were already a police state. So the referendum was not a referendum. It was not an expression of the will of the Cameroonian people, number one. Number two is that it was illegal. You had a federal state with a constitution that said you cannot change this form of the state. Now for him to change it, we should have, before the referendum, we should have gone back to have a constitutional amendment that allowed that referendum to be held. So we are talking about a date, 20th of May, on which we celebrate the nation, which is fundamentally controversial. Now, that controversy has been sitting in the population for years today, and today it has come out to the point where some have taken up arms to say we no longer want this. It is not by burying your head in the sand and holding dialogues in Yaoundé. People are shooting guns in Northwest and Southwest. You are dialoguing in Yaoundé without the people who are shooting the guns, without the people who are victims of the gunshots, without no representation of the people affected by the crisis. And you say you held a dialogue. You were talking to whom? Can you imagine, Mr. Kum, you and I, we have a problem. Then you go to your house and you are holding a dialogue with your wife and your children, and you say you are resolving the problem you have with me? How does it, 20th of May, on which we celebrate the nation, which is fundamentally controversial? Now, that controversy has been sitting in the population for years today, and today it has come out to the point where some have taken up arms to say we no longer want this. It is not by burying your head in the sand and holding dialogues in Yaoundé. People are shooting guns in northwest and southwest, you are dialoguing in Yaoundé without the people who are shooting the guns, without the people who are victims of the gunshots, without no representation of the people affected by the crisis, and you say you held a dialogue. You were talking to whom? Can you imagine, Mr. Kum, you and I, we have a problem. Then you go to your house and you are holding a dialogue with your wife and your children, and you say you are resolving the problem you have with me? How does that work?
Una di here? Look, wetin we don't do we not only change the Ambazonian people, we don't change even the pan-Cameroon politicians. Because we change the expectation of the population. Because we change all the lies, expose all the lies, and then tear all those lies like small pieces of paper and don't throw them. So they not get no choice than for come back. For cancer say, I beg, we need for tell truth here. I beg, we need to speak the truth here. You know, I beg, we need to be honest here. You know, we need to tell the people them the truth of what it really happened. They not get any choice. They not be get any choice. And now the thing is, now the big victory is because sometimes the Ambazonian people, they look at victory for what happened between Ambazonia and Cameroon. If you feel measure what it don't happen, if a pan-Cameroon politician, we don't stand, talk about all the nyama konidem for the past 4 years, and then for 2021, for May, they come now can't tell you, say, we need to speak the truth here. All those things be been a lie. Say 20 may be been a lie. It be been a manipulation. It be been a scam. It be been a fraud. Who say when I think say they get the courage? The courage come from what you did do. The courage come from the defiance of the Ambazonian people them. The courage come. They get this courage. Now because Ambazonia they put their foot for ground for never allow themselves for being manipulated. Because Ambazonia they put their foot for ground. Say, well, even if you put a gun for my head, I go stand on the truth. It don't turn things around. That's why Paul Biya don't hide. It don't hide. You know, if he for come for outside, for come make that nonsense we used to do, I'm say, for the evening, for 20th May, he will come make speech, saying a youth day. Because once you chakara the whole concept, the whole manipulation, the whole propaganda, you chakara, you make the whole thing become useless. Even their own people, they know if you accept them again. Now the last year this, with that country where they call and say Cameroun, it go ever stand. Cause until say 20th May. Now the last time. Because of which Ambazonia don't do them. Now the talks and that they don't change from inside La Republic of Cameroon. The change they don't come within them. They are not concerned with. But if I make them say they speak the truth to themselves for their own redemption. Alright? They need for redeem themselves because Ambazonia don't already redeem themselves. Now I know say when I wait. When I say forget about politics, not talk again about politics. Tell me what to be fun. Tell me what to be excitement. Show me action. No say that thing there when I wait. No, this conversation, if I will get them. If I make we begin to show that the social, psychological, neurological, mental, political changes which they don't take place for the landscape. They want to tell you something. It tell you where to come. It tell you place where things that it go. It already start for tell you. Say now the people themselves, they don't talk say all conning must stop. All lies must stop. Even the people themselves, the pan-Cameroon politicians themselves. So the changes so that they expect in the future, no matter the kind of negotiation we go come up, we don't know say things already start to happen. All right? For the Cameroon their side, not before Ambazonia their side. Wait till when see in fact, I just talk about. I know like some kind of the way, sometimes, it's not really fine for put up for the public. But I just tell you what did happen. I just tell you because I own now. What did it happen? La République du Cameroun don't the beg. All right? La République du Cameroun don't the beg. When una see a diff wala, they don't come be a talk show. Now then that they go down on their knees. They don't really start for back Ambazonian people then. Cameroun don't the beg Ambazonia. Say Ambazonia back. We back. Make us, then the thing that they talk say make us speak the truth. Make us speak the truth. Make us speak the truth. Now the whole concept of their speaking the truth that now a form of begging the Ambazonian people. Say, okay, we make mistakes in the past because some people they become manipulate the system. Because some people they can't change that federal system. We not pay attention very carefully. Because I don't tell now. I be the psychological and gambe man they go catch all their conny. I bring them for now for expose them in advance. All right. So waiting this thing. These people then they don't the back. Say Ambazonians. The truth na say na two states they come together. The truth na say La République du Cameroun began independence without Ambazonia. And Ambazonia be a separate state. La République du Cameroun be a separate state. Where they be supposed to they come together for form one country made up of two states and they be supposed to get equal status. Now not begging this. So, we be sorry. Say Cameroun manipulate Ambazonia. They change the constitution. They do this. They do that. Now the begging this don't start. Now the begging of the Ambazonian people this don't start. Now the begging for wash their hand. For all probably I crime them. For all I you crime them. For tell the Ambazonian people say, okay, those people they be make mistake. We'll go for fix them, for go for a table. For go back for the past. There is no such thing as the past. You manipulate the past. You use the past for massacre Ambazonians. You use that manipulation. You use that distortion. You use that deletion. All right? I use terms for NLP. You use all those things for cause massacre, for cause imprisonment, for cause disappearances, for kill people them, for rape people them, for send people them into exile. And you do them for 50 years. And then after 50 years, you come back, you say, oh, we'll just speak the truth now. Sorry. Not be this generation. So, Madame Edith Kawala, while we honor the small truth where you don't come for can't stand for talk for una political benefits, because the only reason why I can't talk this truth now for gain sympathy, for gain small trust within the people them, for say, oh, that one they talks more true here. So if we count on it, say when time come for talk about this matter, he go talk that truth. That truth where they can't speak for una. That begging, for beg for one Cameroun. All right? All the forms, the different forms of manipulation, this all they call and say different forms of persuasion. All right? We're not still manipulation. Anyways, all the different ways for manipulate the people them back into something in order for maintain the one Cameroon agenda. But I get very bad news for Madame Edith Kawala. Ambazonia not get anything for do La République du Cameroun anymore. Ambazonia not get anything for do something they call and say the federal state. Will not get anything because the federal structure it be been a design of the Cameroon people them. Ambazonia they not be get input. Ambazonian parliament not be shidon. They look how they fit create all those things for protect the rights and the dignity of the Ambazonian people them. They not be get an input. It be been as until it be imposed upon the Ambazonian people by Cameroon in order for them for benefit from Ambazonia natural resources. As a result, the damage already be done. Ambazonian people don't pay a price for this manipulation and this distortion for 50 years. Millions of Ambazonians, they don't be killed. Thousands, they don't be disappeared. Thousands, they don't spend their lives in prison. And even still today, some they still spend their lives in prison. Thousands, hundreds of thousands, they don't be exiled. Family, they don't be destroyed. There is no going back to anything, one Cameroon. Now the generation this. Ambazonia as a state, it got the right for exist as a state. And the Ambazonian people, they get the right for self-determination, for sovereignty, and for unconditional freedom. The war we probably declare them on the Ambazonian people. Them. It be been at the last line where Cameroon get for cross them and make the Ambazonian people then woke up. They woke up with the Ambazonian people don't woke up. Now a different kind of resistance. Now the kind of resistance we African never seen before. And this new generation, their ideology for end Cameroon occupation and colonialism for Ambazonia, it don't cause the crumbling of Cameroon. Tomorrow, I'm going to do the economic consequences of the Ambazonian strategy on Cameroon. Tomorrow, I get a package where I don't prepare them for all now. We go to take una for waiting how the IMF it want come buy Cameroon. Cameroon as a country, it they now on sale. Cameroon as a country, they don't put them for auction. Ambazonian strategy, it don't finish Cameroon as a country. They don't borrow money wait for the next 1,000 years. They don't pay them back. And it be in a trap with the international community set them for Cameroon so that the international community, the multinational companies, they fit buy Cameroon and own Cameroon. All right? So tomorrow, I'm going to present una the review from the IMF, the review from the World Bank, and the plan where the IMF get them for auction the whole of Cameroon. All right? So for the Cameroon people, them including Edith Kawala, the problems for Cameroon, they never even start. Economic crisis will come for Cameroon in the next few months. It don't go easy. They go reduce people their salary to almost 50%. They go move plenty people them for work. So the palaver for Cameroon, it never even start. But maybe we'll get that discussion for tomorrow. For now, make a take una enter for inside Ambazonia. This part, it be been a part for La Republique. Now make we take una enter inside Ambazonia and tell una how the Ambazonia Defense Forces, that means when we talk say Ambazonia Defense Forces, we talk and say all the soldiers them for inside the 13 states of Ambazonia, for all the districts, for all the blocks, how Ambazonian fighters, Ambazonian soldiers were brave warrior them. Now how they don't decumcumize La Republique du Cameroon. And I go tell you now why this cumcumization, why this scatterization of the colonial state, the colonial army, the colonial police, why it go up, and why Cameroon, they don't the pick ball the wrong. And I go to tell you now, say the coming weeks, the coming month, they go bad for La Republique du Cameroon. Cameroon army, Cameroon B, Cameroon police, Cameroon gendarme, waiting day ahead of them for Ambazonia. It's not easy because the forces, they just the start. The forces, they just the warm up. Make a bring one at the first video for the action where the forces, the Ambazonian forces, where they call themselves the 7 kata of Bafut. Make we bring one at the video for the action where the forces, they carry on. They could bring another video. For waiting the 7 kata, their action, it costs them for La Republique. We'll bring about 4 different video them for the different action them where forces they carry on behalf of Ambazonia. Oh, what did happen here? Now what did happen now? System no I'm showing a video. I beg not disappoint me today. I did live. You know if you disappoint me, I did live. You know, if you come present something for Ambazonian people, and then you can't disappoint me. You know if you do that one. Well, system talk say make us start with this one from where come up where it be fresh for an eye. This one the one where I want play am now. Now the one way it come out for Bui, also for Bui, it come out for the one and only General No Pity. Alright? It come out for the action way General No Pity. He go carry him. When I watch, I know say when I don't race him, but make you fresh when I mind again. 90s.
Good day, fellow Ambazonians. Yes, this is the spokesman of FM Nopiti of the Marine Force of Ambaland. Today, the 25th of May 2021, there is a great harvest that was done at Alassen Brigade. As you can see, the things they came back with. You can see the massive harvest. And the FM Nopiti is telling La Republic that they are still too small. He took that one and moved and they said they wanted to collect it back, but he wants to show them that they are not up to his level. That the more they are looking for him, that is the more he will continue harvesting. And he is calling for them to keep coming and continue dashing him things, because he can just call them cheerful givers. You can see the things collected from there. You can see their uniforms. You can see the guns they took from them. You can see the ID cards. Enough magazines. You can see granite, bullets. Yes, this is the commandant of the brigade. The late commandant of the brigade, because he's of late now. Yes, these are his. You can see epistolaire, grenades. All of these things was taken today, the 25th of May, by FM Nopiti. And he wants to let La Republic know that he is still waiting for them. And he is anxiously waiting to collect more, because this one, he says it is not enough. That they should come and give him more, for he is anxiously waiting to collect. And he is a cheerful giver, and he is ready for them at any time. And that they should add their power physically and spiritually before they should come looking for him, because what he can.
We want to take this opportunity for congratulate General No Pity and the forces of the Marine Force. We want to send thank you on behalf of the Ambazonian people then for the great work with General No Pity. He don't do one. Within a very short period of time, now two very big action this way, General No Pity, we don't see him, he don't carry him. Two very big action. As all we understand, the strategy of the liberation, it will be designed for give voice and for create space for soldiers the way they get this kind of courage, for defend their blocks, and for be able for look any other block will be weak, and they get the ability for penetrate that place and carry out action. That the whole strategy is of the liberation. For say a commander, a general, if he move from one block, the maneuver enter for another block because of the intelligence where they get them, say an opening the day, and the feet bring down the enemy. Now our strategy this for the liberation. For make soldiers to be empowered. Commanders to be empowered. Commanders to be emboldened. With the fit do whatever it takes. Whether not for block A, or not for block B, or not for block C. Anything with the fit do for bring down the enemy and liberate Ambazonia. Now the whole strategy this. So when we don't see through time, we don't see commanders, they don't rise up. And General Pity, it be one of those commanders where he don't stand through time for do his own part for the Ambazonia people for play his own role. Would wait till he get him, would wait till he not get him. But for make sure say for the small time where God don't give you and with the strength and energy we get him, make it do its best for move the Ambazonian people then forward. Make it do its best for dismantle the infrastructure of the occupation. Now the gospel this, where we don't preach them for all forces. But, as you know, a lot of people then they get very bad belly. They don't like the progress of Ambazonia. Or they believe say, you know, when one group it take action, the other group it be their enemy. No. The gospel of the liberation, the strategy, it value every other group where they for ground. And it make room for any other group where if he fight like the Republic of Cameroun, if he defend Ambazonia, if he protect Ambazonia, for get a space for do that on behalf of the Ambazonian people. That's why we don't preach collaboration. We don't preach forces for work together. And forces that they work together. In fact, the second video I want to play for now. So before I want to end this one, I just end this, I just stop for here. For on behalf of all the Ambazonian people, them, on behalf of all the soldiers, them, on ground zero, on behalf of them, where they not feel reach no pity for saluti and congratulati, on behalf of all those soldiers for the 13th state of Ambazonia, on their behalf, I send a congratulatory message for General No Pity on behalf of all Ambazonians, on behalf of all the fighters, where they not feel richy, on their behalf, I want to tell General No Pity say, we'll be very happy, we'll be very grateful for the work where it is doing for the Ambazonian people then, for advance the objectives where the leader lay them out for our collective liberation and our collective freedom. General No Pity as a commander, it be one of the many commanders then for Ambazonia. But as they talk, many they be called, many they don't woke up for fight, but some they be more dedicated than others. Some they be more tactical than others. But every person it did play his own part, and every part where every soldier they play, now he did make room for soldier them like General No Pity. They feel rise and do what they do. If the other one they did for that block, for the block by block, they not be the do what they be do. General No Pity not for the commode for Ngoketunja, so they reach for Bui, carry out intelligence and do this kind of work. If the other one them not be there around. That's why we believe say the action of every soldier for ground, it add up for the success of the Ambazonian people. Them. That's why we will believe. Say a soldier will fight for block A, and a soldier will fight for block B. They get for be friends, they get for be brothers, and they get for get one spirit. It be na the gospel of Ambazonia Defense Forces, and it be na the gospel of Governing Council of Ambazonia. I don't hear someone of our brother way, I don't even need for the calling name, Don Pacho, where they believe say, you know, when a soldier carry out an action, it been a fight for other groups them. First of all, General No Pity, not they under any of their command structure them or any of under their leadership. All una know so. They don't even disclaim anything. General PT and all other forces, we for ADF and AGOFC, we consider every force on the ground as a sister force. They work together, collaborate together, discuss together. We get forces them. Where they speak together, sleep together for one camp, chop together. ADF forces them. A lot of the actions we don't see them over the weekend. Now actions will be funded by Ambazonia Defense Forces. A lot of the explosives we don't see them over the weekend. Now explosives will be made by ADF. ADF soldier them, they carry them, they go divide them for other groups them. I know one call name, including the one we happened yesterday, including the one we happened 2 days ago. Now made by ADF for ADF camp. Where ADF soldier them, they carry them, they go gear for those other soldier them. Say for when I blog here, when I make sure say when I get this thing for user. And ADF soldier them, they help those forces plan those action and carry them out with those forces. The only thing what I get for talk am. Now when these things they happen, make those forces then too they show an appreciation to Ambazonia Defense Forces. When those forces they make their videos, may they also acknowledge say, even some of the guns with those forces that they use them. Now ADF their guns. I no one call name. But the generals they know. The commanders they know. Because if I call name, it go to bring some kind team them within the forces them. That's why no one call the names. All the actions where they take place over the weekend. Especially the big one when I know where they become very popular. Now they use now ADF bombs made by ADF and now ADF technicians. They go plant them with those forces them for their own block. And ADF they give some of these fighters and when they want to go mission, ADF they borrow them gun, may they go carry actions. The only thing I ask of these forces, when I begin to give credit, when I talk to ADF, also when I come outside, talk to ADF, we thank when I plenty for this help when I help we. Make when I not think say, now some groups where they do for outside here, where when I think say when I get them, now then they do these things. I feel tell when I from my office. How much would you put them for down on a weekly basis? Every week. Just 1 week. More than 50 trap. Where ADF they put them for just in 1 week. Where ADF they divide them, they carry them. Divide them from camp to camp. They make an all. Because they go for be a leader. Not being I say because you be a leader, you must do everything on your own. You know if you do everything on your own. The goal of leadership. Now how you fit work with other people then, where they get the same intention, they get the same interest, but maybe they not get the resources, they not get the technology. You get the technology, you get the resources. The goal now for make every part of Ambazonia, number 1, it be ungovernable. Number 2, the people they be protected. Number 3, it be liberated. Now the objective that for the Ambazonian people them. ADF not fight everywhere. But ADF empower soldiers, commanders with what they need them and what they lack them for them for also for become effective. When we see ground zero the hot. But not be the conversation those who need for the gear. Because we want to make those forces them, they take the credit of their own action because they do some of the work. But when we don't see the conversation for outside, instead for promote Ambazonia and elevate Ambazonia, people that use this small action them, where ADF before them, that use them for 10 against ADF, for 10 against ADF leadership, and for try for for scatter people, their character. It go make people like we will reveal things then. Just for stop this propaganda then. But those things sometimes they not be necessary for the public. They not be necessary for the public. We need to do this thing that because one claim the glory. They would do this work. Why did they divide all these explosives for those soldiers? Now because now for move the people them forward, end the occupation sooner, reduce the people they are suffering, not be for some person in pride. If we can't reveal for una, the groups that una think say the guns where they get them, we can't tell una how many of those guns that belong to ADF. But we not need the public, not need those things them, because now trust between what generals and those forces them. Now the collaborative spirit, we don't build them for create that friendship on the ground, for create that trust on the ground, for create that working relationship among the forces them. Just today, make I just tell you now. Just today, more than $1,500 we ADF don't send them for ground zero for chop money alone, just for today. And two of the groups them, where they send them 100,000 amber each. Those groups, not be even ADF groups. Those forces, they need even bear the name ADF. Why would they do them? Would they do them for Ambazonia? Because you know, say, if those forces, they not get chop for chop, how do manage go fight? We need to do them for please some person. Would they do them na for Ambazonia? Because when I talk for those commanders, and you hear say commander they never chop. In fact, if I reveal now the conditions of some commanders and some camps where soldiers where they don't woke up for fight for Ambazonia, if we see the conditions where they did, all we so every person it go start for donate money for support those forces. But not even be FDF soldiers. When I talk for them for phone, when leadership talk for them for phone, and they see their condition, they immediately said, "Una take care of them. Una send them your money. Una send them money for build better place. Make all soldiers stay fine." Because they fight for Ambazonia. Una move all these dirty where people they put them for una head. So be a divided people. Una move all these things for una head. Say when one group carry out an action, it be an action against another group. Una move all those things for una head. The liberation are for everybody. For play own part and for do your own part. For the capacity we get them. With great powers come great responsibility. The governing council of Ambazonia, with its leadership and its structure and its size and the amount of money we mobilize them, eager for do more for the Ambazonian people, them for the fighters. Of course, now what you be a leader? Now the reason that we be a leader, you not be a leader now for play some tribalism role them. You not be a leader now for do some for play some kind of small game them. Like as I don't see him, I don't see Don Pash. You don't take a post where me and make them on Saturday for afternoon. I mean, a post where I make them on Sunday for afternoon. I make post on Sunday for afternoon. General no pity go carry action for Monday. All right? They go take my post. They talk say me at the lie. How? So That means say ADF not fit go carry out action for one block and General No Pitting not fit go carry out action for another block. How people they dull so and make a post 24 hours later, General No Pitting go carry action. You go carry my post, you see the lie. Anyways, now the nature of the revolution that now the state of some kind country people them bush people them even for diaspora people they still get some bush mentality. These people every people they don't stay Ebola small. You go expect say they go clean for their reasoning small. You feel saying that those kind of people they preach more about unity and forces for fight together. You don't know saying that those kind that those kind of people that they play they play country dance. Oh God. Anyways, make I bring one more videos. Make I bring one of this video where come up from the 7 Qatar.
Yes, number 7 Qatar this route. Today na 23 number 5 month 2021. Number 7 Qatar this route. Number any million this way they come. Ngamen ka ali. Una go die today. Ngamen ka ali.
All wetin una dey see am, all wetin una eye dey see am, una ear dey hear am. Na the sense that of the Ambazonian people. Just for the last 3 weeks, about 15 La République du Cameroun Amoka. In 3 weeks, 15 La République du Cameroun Amoka don chakara. They don't scatter them into pieces for all the blocks them. From Akwaya to Bafut. From Eimojok. So till you go reach for Wabane. For all the 13 states. 3 weeks, about 15 La République Amoka. Through the block by block strategy. Because every block, it is hot. Every block be empowered for defend the block, protect the population, and liberate the block. So how Cameroun, how this moron, what they call it Pobia, how this Kunyam, how this, I know, how this Ngrombip, I think it's my pigeon end for the, how this Ngrombip, if he can fight a whole intelligent people them, like we, if he can fight a whole generation of the General No Pities, of the General Capo, General Ebube, how if he can fight General Grandpa, how if he can fight the General for Bali, how you feel can fight this kind of war with people that they get this kind of sense? Well, the former American ambassador to La République, the former United States Secretary of State, Under Secretary of State, Oga Nagetibo, he be tell Paul Biya, he say Paul Biya, learn from my example, you no go ever fit for win this kind of war. You no fit. And as a result, Ambazonia they compromise La République from left to right, morning to night. So the occupation don't end. The only thing where Cameroun be get them for use them as their way for show say they still get control for Ambazonian people them. Now this I they call them gongoro. Now this empty container. Now the only thing that they be get them. Anything there, there's nothing else left. So we don't develop a sophisticated technology where they scatter them. It just knock and boom, the whole thing scatter. And we hear say from the action where these people they carry out, from that action, we hear say they say one of the colonial mayor, he die for carry. So my people them, I want to salute also the forces for the 7 Qatar, and I encourage them to continuously work together with the Ambazonia Defense Forces. We love the way they done the work together for a very long time. We love the relationship where they get them. We love the collaboration where they get them, and we love that flow where they get them for continuously for work together. All right, and as the big brothers for all the forces them for ground, the Ambazonia Defense Forces, the governing council of under the governing council of Ambazonia, under the leadership of Dr. Ayaba, now they wish for the leader for make sure say all forces for ground they get a common working relationship. All forces for ground they collaborate. At the end of the day, now only one Ambazonia day. One. 13 states, one people, many blocks, many districts, that they fight no matter who you think so you fight under. Your fight now for Ambazonia. If you thought I be restoration forces, I be resistance forces, I be 7 Qatars, I be marine force, all those things na name. All right? If you fight for your political differences, for your political superiority or your political argument or position, you fight na for Ambazonia. At the end, all those things they end up now for give the Ambazonian people them the leverage for negotiate or for end Cameroon occupation. Now all that. Sometimes that's why most of the time all these arguments they be very useless. People that do those arguments are just for their own self-esteem, for try to prove something about themselves. Those arguments they be useless. 99% of all the forces for ground, they collaborate. 99% of all forces for ground, they collaborate together. They chop together, work together, share intelligence together. 99%. Now only 1%. The only forces we currently, the ADF and all the other forces, they didn't even collaborate with them. Now forces of field marshal, because we don't even know place where they did. Now the remaining one, the way they remain, where they still call themselves, say they do under field marshal. And forces where they under the butchers of Bui, the Bui warriors. Other than that, every other group for ground, they work together, collaborate together, plan intelligence together, pass for each other a territory, communicate together, share intelligence together. So 90%, 99% of all forces for ground zero, they work together and collaborate together. So what will be the need for the argument? And the political leadership, they build momentum for bring all the key leaders in and stakeholders in for the way Ambazonian will go look at one voice for speak for the Ambazonian people then. So when I stop all this small nonsense, now make a take when I enter for Bui for the actions with the ADF. They carry them out for Bui yesterday. Make we take when I enter for Bui. Make we go for Bui for the actions with the forces for the carry on. Why this thing they do me so now? Why they do me so? You know when I enter Bui, I go show what people then wait till the forces them for they do them. Now just give me a moment, my load on that the video for waiting when our forces them for Bui, the actions where they carry on behalf of the Ambazonian people. So any place and any person where when I see say they bring when I tell him make she don't quiet because all the argument are for try for proof some thing where they about themselves, not being about the forces. Most of them they never even know who those forces they be. Most of those people they even make noise on social media. I feel guarantee when I say they never ever talk for any of those forces them for ground self. They never even know whether those forces they chop self or they need chop. They never even know whether those forces themselves they sleep, how they sleep, or when they be injured, who they take care of them. They never even know. So that's why sometimes when I no need for the for waste when I time for argue with these people. Now just give me a moment. Would you want to bring one of these videos so they don't come out for the great state of Bui? The war council don't release the video. Then finally, people that they ask them, you know, what's that those videos for the action? I say, well, back when I wait, ADF now a very big bureaucracy. A very big bureaucracy. They need to just do things anyhow. So sometimes, no matter how much the pressure there for outside there, well, when I want to make things happen quick. ADF, they will do the things for their own time, for their own pace. All right? So, what I want to show now the actions where the Ambazonia Defense Forces for the great state of Bui, they go carry on. This action, now 3 brigades, they plan this action and they come up for 3 different directions for go attack the Cameroun Colonial Brigade for the. Now one of the brigade them this before they want to go for that action. When I hear.
Hello, Oman for Ambazonia. Ambazonia for life. Yes, we did have Tatum. 500 meters away from the brigade. Oman for Ambazonia. Ambazonia for life. Yes, we did have Tatum. Oman for Ambazonia. Ambazonia for life. Yes, we did have Tatum. 500 meters away from the brigade. So, one should who will say, don't take we land. This one Ambazonia flag. No matter say they don't leave with them with the sofa, we try we go take we land and for sure we land dinner for we. Because even I say land no be for hand, no be fit for draw the flag. The flag is there for that too. 500 meters away from the brigade.
So that video long, that video do almost 8 minutes video, and some places they did the way it reveals soldier their faces them. So and the reason that I will play the whole video for una, I will not go even see places the way they even take like the Republic of Cameroun their forces them down. So that the video over long, now 8 minutes. I go leave and make Capo Daniel he put them for the way if he show only those places. All right. Now 8 minutes long. I know we run an 8 minute video. So the ADF they no be out for play some kind small Facebook game them. They not create them for play small Facebook game them. All right. When you did for that level, where you get a mission for carry a whole nation for your head, for your shoulders, you know they out there for play small game. And not be every day ADF get for fight Cameroun. Not be every day ADF get for go carry action for come police you for Facebook. Actions they be based now on a plan. Forces that they go carry action. Sometimes they take 3-4 days just for plan one action. Sometimes they take 1 week for plan one action. for minimize the casualties for our forces them. That's why they go for plan. If they not plan, they just come up for go make action. Just for say, they can't put video for outside for make you happy. That's why it be very hard for La République du Cameroun for key an ADF soldier. Because they take their time for plan. Even if it take now 1 week, they will not carry out action. They not carry out any action. They go not even just to go carry action so that Facebook be happy every day. They go now for carry the action then, where they go advance the strategy and move the people then forward. So you understand? Not being at the war way, you just woke up for morning time, you know, this war of liberation, Ambazonia, they don't make me be as on entertainment. Me be like saying a movie. You woke up morning time, you expect, say they don't bombs on La République Amoka. Follow the strategy. Would you follow a strategy? Would you follow an ideology? Would you follow a roadmap? So all our actions, they be synergized. They be around that strategy. They be around that roadmap. We need to just carry out random actions. Then. For go set trap for road. All right, as I don't explain that for now. For make one of those traps, now only $250. So make some person not tell you say that they spend money for make those traps. It not cost much. The goal now for say as I move Cameroun, I build capacity for takeover. Not before knock out a Cameroun Amoka. And then you think they don't give you victory. You knock out Cameroun Amoka. You not build capacity for trained forces. You still there under the face of agitation. You did do things, now make the things say, okay, make Cameroun come make we talk. But when you destroy Cameroun Amoka, that same time you did train forces and you did provide uniform, you did provide more guns, for give those forces them the capacity for take over the place where Cameroun be feeling. Now you be the liberator. Now the thing is when I get for keep and for our minds. You fit destroy all Cameroun Amoka. But as long as Cameroun still get their police, their gendarme, their army of occupation for your block, the Amoka means nothing. They go replace them with the next one. When you knock off an Amoka, you get the capacity for stop Cameroun, make it not enter our villages, because you get the manpower, you get the guns then, you get soldiers then, where they be well equipped for say even if Cameroun they come now for food, they fit fight them. Now the goal is, now the reason this where ADF be ADF, so that if you do the other things then, with the other forces they not fit do them. The other forces then for the set all this trap them for road. We applaud everybody. We are going now for trained forces where they go to take over for provide stability, peace, and security for the Ambazonian people then. And since 2020 till now, there is no other group where don't show the Ambazonian people say it don't train 10 soldiers, it don't train 20 soldiers for start for prepare policing of the nation. For start for prepare the military forces of the state. There is none. So ADF get their own focus. That's why he be the leader. All the other forces, they go to do the small block by block action them. ADF is goal. Now for do wetin it take for knock Cameroun off. Not be only for bomb Amoka. But as we do them, with the occupied territory, build schools them, we begin to go for school, put hospital there for some place, and start for put the transition authority for liberated places. The state of our revolution be more stronger than any time before because of these explosives. They be powerful. But the thing will be more powerful Now the soldiers, them would train them, equip them. Now we move past even the face of explosive. Now the face of big machine gun. The big machine gun will fit penetrate that armor car. Now the face this will move in. Because we build a state, we build an army. We will not feel liberate. I will not get the means, the capacity for defense. If you do so, you the only back Cameroun for scatter place for ground so that you go sit down for negotiating table. But you not get the mindset for liberate. Because the liberation strategy, it requires big capacity. And at the focus of ADF that. Big capacity. That's why the leader don't explain them for the Ambazonian people. Say for each phase of our liberation, the leader would define them and tell the people who are people them who would they and what you will need for bridge the gap to the next stage. We move now for the stage of big machine guns for defend the territory. Use the explosives them for stop Cameroun, may they not pass for road, so that even if they pass, we knock them off, but we use big machine gun them. Where you fit shoot plenty round. And once Cameroun hear them, they don't ever pass to some place. So that's why the leader don't tell we. This Saturday we come in at the 29th. It will be at the biggest fundraising for Ambazonian people then. For place where we dey now. We dey for a critical place. Very critical. The stage we dey it be very exciting. But it be very technical. If we prepare well, if we do them well, it will be at the turning point for Ambazonia. And at the goal for the leader that. The goal for the leader now for take all this momentum, all what did happen, how will the public don't crumble, will make this phase, this time we did now so, it being at the turning point for start to move we immediately to the transition phase. That's why we need big machine guns for defend certain strategic places and use those big machine guns them where they fit carry them, enter those big camp them and army camp. AK fit do only so much. But when you carry 3, 4, 5 of those machine guns, they enter for some place that the public knows that the game don't be over. So the leader, he mobilize Ambazonians for provide the forces them, the technical heavy machine guns them, for do the work will be needed for this stage for a war of independence. Now the phase that we did it now. So in the next 4 days, every Ambazonian will be invited for the biggest fundraising for the history of this one liberation. It will be on Saturday the 29th. For provide big machine guns and also, if we don't see them, Ambazonia they will wait until the end of the month. Then they go can't donate money. That money, it go only buy a certain amount of bullets. One bullet don't dear for market. Bullet now 300 for one AK bullet. $3. Bullet don't come up from $2 to $3. So when people they donate $2,000 and they think they go buy 1,000 bullets, no, it go only buy maybe 800 bullets. All right, bullets around there or 750 bullets. Bullets around there. Bullets now $3 for one bullet. So one of the reasons where forces they go fight, and then they slow down because they run out of the be short of bullets for carry out certain actions. The bullet the way that they get them. Now bullet for make sure say all team be safe and they be protected. So now what do the leader want to do? Now for raise plenty money with the forces, they go fight for 3 months straight, non-stop. Now the biggest fundraising. We want rain. We want make ground zero. Make forces, they fight for 3 months straight. From morning till night, for 3 months straight, non-stop. So we need thousands and 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 thousands. You talk say, as for beg, leave us so thousands. How many you go talk up before you talk to? We don't hear them. So we need thousands of bullets and this big machine gun them. And then those explosives, they go need thousands of them, thousands of those explosives. We want change everything. Now the turning point is for choke Cameroun finally. So we invite all man, whether you did that for ground zero or you did for diaspora. This Saturday we go be at the 29th day for the month of May for 2021. We do the biggest fundraising for change everything for ground zero. Ground zero will get for fight like the public for 3 months. And within those 3 months, we'll make sure so we'll send them out for all the key strategic places. So you'll be invited. Your family be invited. When I start for mobilize, just like the brother last week, we send money from ground zero, made to buy boots for soldiers. My phone number there for you. We all wanna get them. All wanna get my phone number. Right? It there for you. It there for una front here. All wanna get them. Wanna contact me. All right. Make all we. Now in this, now the phone number that. What are you doing for ground zero? Contact me. I will tell you how you will send your contribution for Saturday. And if you did for diaspora, make all mommy, all papa them, all brothers, all sisters, wanna join hands together for make this fundraising. For way for change, we give the forces the way they need them for fight like the public for 3 months straight. Now different time this, now the turning point this for Ambazonia. The defeat of Cameroun already finish. Now for end all those places where their police, gendarme, army they still there, and their B they still there. And they work that way remain for we. You know over plenty, and we feed do them as a people. So everybody be invited. If you never receive your invitation, please, I'm going to go through all the comments here. I'm going to go through all the people that my Facebook and make sure so we send every single person invitation. So if you're there for ground zero, you listen for me, please contact we, you and your family. You contact me, mommy and papa una contact me, or una contact Capo Daniel. We'll tell una how una go make una own contributions, and every person will receive a letter of appreciation for your contribution we don't make them. All right. So we look forward for Saturday. Tomorrow, I will come present una the economic blackout, the financial blackout where Cameroun the experience and because of Ambazonia. And I will present una the report where the IMF they want to put them out, and the report where the World Bank want to put them out for sell Cameroun. Tomorrow, in a big discussion, all this one are part of our strategy for defeat La République du Cameroun, for end their occupation, and for make sure say Cameroun as a state, you know, ever exist as a state. Now the story is make a live and so for today. We'll get more for talk tomorrow. Any person will get something for contact me. Una feel contact me. All the forces for ground, una cafe day up. All the generals for ground, una cafe day up. All mommy them, papa them, una cafe day up. For all Ambazonians and for diaspora, I look forward for continue a conversation with Una. Any family where you get, you want to talk with Dr. Ayaba for make their contribution directly. You get anything you want, Guillaume, you get a question, you want to ask a question, you want an understanding, you want a meeting between the leader and Una family. call me. We will set up that meeting. The leader be available for interact with any Ambazonian. Over the last few days, the leader don't speak with a lot of Ambazonia them through one-on-one direct conference call for mobilize with them, for thank them, for explain why we need why we need to do this fundraising, and for appeal for their commitment and their contributions. And I want to tell you now, say, Ambazonia, they be excited. Ambazonians, they be so excited about the plan where the leader don't lay them out for the Ambazonia people them for this next phase. Ambazonia, they be very excited. All the meetings, then we don't get them. Everybody will get a meeting with you, where the leader talk with you one-on-one, or talk with the family. Man, the passion, the enthusiasm, the commitment. You know, one of our papa said for Canada here. One papa don't talk say he says he won. He go buy one machine gun. He go put $10,000 for buy one machine gun. Repeat your place there. If you're a true Ambazonian. One person, he go give $10,000 for buy one machine gun. All right, when I stay fine. May God bless all man. When I get a good night, I love when I plenty.